If I said you guys a lead, take it over, and I expect you to do something with it. Because these people will buy, and these people will sell. So the health insurance I currently have, I'm not super happy with. It's going from like $1,200 to like $1,700 a month. It doesn't cover anything. So I've been exploring other options, and EXP has an interesting option called ClearShare. So they have like an insurance portion, and then they have like a catastrophic only portion, and then you can choose your deductibles, right? So we're looking for high deductible health plans that just cover the major stuff. So I've looked at one company, I've looked at ClearShare. I had a meeting with the ClearShare gal. I can't get new insurance till January 1st, but every day I get an email from her. I'm on a drip campaign. Hey, I noticed you haven't signed up yet. Do you have any questions? The next day it's like, hey, here's some other cool features and benefits of our program. So it's reminding me, because I have every intention of moving that direction. And she's staying top of mind with me because there's a lot of other health insurance things out there. But as long as she keeps sending me stuff, that will be my reminder. Oh yeah, it's December 15th. I can actually sign up now. So the average amount of contacts you need to make before you get a response from a lead is between 8 and 12. So let's go 10 is the target, right? So she may be like, oh man, I hope I'm not bugging Adam. But I'm not going to respond to every one of her emails. I'm going to do it when the time is right. I can't do anything now anyways. It's too early, right? So I have every intent of working with this person, and they're emailing me every day, and I'm not responding. But one of those emails I'm going to click on and sign up. But if she stopped emailing me, I may go somewhere else when the timing is right. So that's why we have the market reports and Brevity, as well as the listing alerts. Those two things are super important. When you guys get a lead, don't expect them like they land on the website today. They may be a year out from buying, so we have to stay in touch with them. So we have to put them on market reports and listing alerts. One or the other. A market report ideally is for someone that's thinking about selling, and listing alerts are for people that are thinking about buying. You're sending them listings, right? Just like the health insurance gal is emailing me every day to stay top of mind, because we're sending these people listings, right, for 9 months. And then they got the raise, or they finally hit their financial goal, or their landlord just said, your second puppy has to get vaccinated and it's nuts clipped, but if it's gonna stay here, they're like, that's it, I've had it, I'm buying a house, I'm not gonna be a renter anymore. We have to be what they're thinking about or in their mind when that occurs. So all these people are thinking about buying or thinking about selling, and we don't know what life event is going to occur to flip them over to being going from like a nurturer or a watch to a hot. But if we're not hitting them consistently, knowing that they may be just watching us. We've had people walk into the office, hey, you've sent me a market report on the value of my home every 2 weeks for the last year and I'm ready to sell. So that's what we do with a lead. If I said you guys a lead, take it over, and I expect you to do something with it. Because these people will buy and these people will sell. Whether or not it's you is your problem. Who's got a pitch?
I was working on one last night.
What is it?
Well,
Jenna, why should we work with you?
Because I work with a knowledgeable team that trains daily. We work hard to accomplish your goals. Learn about your goals so that we can help you accomplish them.
Okay. What would be some other bullet points? As we think about this, you have to remember, interest rates are high. People go, okay. What that means is your payment is up. Or interest rates are lowering. What that means is your monthly payment's going down, or the total cost of ownership, right? So we may say we're a team, but what does that mean to the buyer or the seller? Well, I'm on a team, which means that someone's always available to show you a home. Oh, always available, right? Because we have like the feature, right? I have 4-wheel drive. That means that when it's really snowy out, I can still get to work, right? So the 4-wheel drive in itself isn't really that big of a deal until you match it with a meaning, right? Or, hey, I live, in a really muddy area, and if I don't have that, I get stuck all the time. So now all of a sudden I bought a truck so I won't get stuck. So I bought Jenna because she's always available. Now Jenna's concentrated on the team, right? And we want to learn about you. We want to learn about you to save you time in the process. Where we train every day, so that means that we're better at negotiating on your behalf. We call a lot of people so we can find a buyer for your home, right? So you have to remember, like, these are the features, but you have to talk about the benefits to go along with it, if that makes sense. So it can be quick. Hey, we're on a team. We're super good at what we do, and we don't work with everybody, so we need to make sure that this is a good match. What that means to you really is the team aspect means that someone's always available. If I'm on vacation, your listing isn't on vacation. Someone else is watching it. We can sell it in my absence. Right? The training every day is negotiating better on your behalf because this is what we do, and we're very good at the paperwork because the paperwork means everything. Right? So like real quick on we can have like a few things and then explaining it to them. That way you don't have to think of 20 things, right? Because they're not listening anyways. A few items and then you paint the picture of what that all means. So let's go feature and let's go benefit. So one is team, and then tell me a benefit about the team.
Availability.
Available.
Hardworking.
What's another feature? You don't have to think of a bunch of things. Think of 3, right? Okay, we're on a team. I work hard
Presentation.
and care. I care. What was yours?
Presentation.
Presentation. What does that mean?
You have a process.
Yeah, our process is good.
So really what that means, we deliver consistent results. We're respected in the industry. People want to work with us. So you can say, okay, well, I'm on an amazing team. I'm a hard worker. We have professional presentation or professional presence, and I care. What that means is the team aspect means that someone's always available to show you that house or to negotiate the contract on your behalf. So when I'm on vacation, we don't skip a beat, right? And we're competent. Competency is huge in this game. If we're writing offers that aren't properly filled out, we're gonna have a harder time getting you a good deal on it because there's a lack of trust with the agent, right? Hard working, man, I'm always looking for deals for you and I'm super responsive. Like I'm always on, right? From 7 to 7, 7 days a week, you can get a hold of me. Consistent results, right? We have a professional presence and so we do the same things every time because we know what works and we know what doesn't work. So we'll have consistent results so we can get you the data you need to figure out what we need to do to get your home sold. We're respected in the industry, so people like working with us. If there's 2 homes for sale, they'll prefer to work with someone with Rutledge over someone that's not with Rutledge. So we actually can help sell your home faster and potentially get you more money for it. I care, which means that I just don't take on anyone. I have a limited amount of clients I work with, so I can do a really good job for them, right? So now we have a pitch. The expectation is you guys work on your pitches, and then you're on a call and you can start talking about these things. So we talk about it, right? We do a script, we practice something. It's up to you each individually, right? Or together, practice this, right? The coach teaches the method, but I cannot throw the baseball for you. I cannot lift the weight for you. I cannot go on a 5-mile run for you. I can say, this is what you need to do to be successful. Now it's up to you to do it. I know what I need to do to increase my flexibility about the program. It's up to me to do it, right? No one's gonna make me do it. And no one really gives a shit if I do or don't do it because it's my body, my choice, right? It's my body, so I should take care of it if I wanna take care of it. This is your guys' financial future. These are your incomes. And if you care about that, then you'll do something about it, right? And if you don't care about it, which some people don't, then they won't. So we have some data, and the question is, what are we gonna do about it? And some people will do nothing. And then it's like, the team doesn't work, real estate sucks, and it's like, actually, no, you don't work and you suck. That's usually what it is. And they need, baby, it's you. We understand an average of 10 contacts before you get a response, right? So don't quit. Because if this insurance lady quits, by the time it's time for me to sign up, I might be somewhere else because someone else got my attention. So she's staying in the front of people. That's why I put my name on my freaking truck. Like, oh, I saw you today, man. I'm thinking about you. What does that mean? If they're thinking about doing a transaction, they're thinking about me. Man, I was thinking about how much a douchebag you are because of the wrap on your truck. You were thinking about me, and you know I'm a hard worker, and I have a team, and I'm available, and I care. You don't have to ride around with me, right, and look like a ding-dong with me. I just want you to work with me. And you work with me because you're thinking about me, right? And then when we talk, I actually say something intelligent, and then that confirms they want to work with me. But it's all about those contacts. So you got 10 minutes. This is a decision-making model. 10 months, and then 10 years. Everything you do, you should run it through this, every decision you make, right? So, for example, I'm not going to do the 2 open houses I committed to doing today, right? I just don't feel like it. My back hurts, so I can't make calls. Or, my haircut's bad and I just don't want to go outside. So how are you going to feel about that in 10 minutes? Yeah, I feel better. I don't have to work today. I can whatever. Then the next question is, how are you going to feel about that in 10 months? But if you consistently do this, so you feel good in the short term here, I feel good in the short term, what is that doing for me in 10 months? If I consistently don't make the calls and don't do what I said I was going to do, how am I going to feel in January, February, and October? And then if I consistently don't do this, what does that do for me in the long, long run in 10 years? Think about in 2035, right? So a lot of times we're concentrating on feeling good in the short term, and we're causing a ton of damage in the long term, mostly because we're not considering, okay, let's go through this decision-making process. Why do I want to do this or not do this? Anyone have an example? Something they don't want to do, but they do anyways?
Shake. I hate it.
Shave. Okay.
Not a fan.
So if you don't shave, then
Get itchy.
you'll feel all right in 10 minutes. You didn't have to shave. You saved the time. Maybe you have to play Nintendo or something. But if you don't shave for 10 months, what is that going to do?
I don't know. Never done that.
Probably look like shit.
Yeah, probably.
And then if you didn't shave for 10 years, you'd look like Godzilla, right?
Gandalf.
Not a great look. How about lead generation, right? If I don't lead generate today, how will I feel?
Okay for a little bit. Sounds shitty at the end of the day, though. I know that much.
And then what about in 10 months? What would my pipeline look like if I just stopped working?
You wouldn't have one.
You wouldn't have one. So what would that do for my long-term prospects of being successful?
I'm all happy.
Yeah, so concentrate on the 10 months and the 10-year part, and don't be so concerned about the 10 minutes. If I don't get the merry-go-round spinning, you guys remember merry-go-rounds? So the idea is you and all your buddies get on the merry-go-round and someone's your shit right to get it going. It's like, and then it gets going a little bit and then you can start running. But once the merry-go-round gets spinning, which is your real estate business, all you have to do then is kind of tap in, right? A lot of work to get it moving, which you new guys are going through. Jenna went through too, a lot of work to get it moving. I did as well. But if you can get it moving, which is the first couple years in your business, 2 to 3 years of doing all the shitty stuff, all the phone calls, all the open houses, all the follow-up until you build a business and get that merry-go-round spinning. Now, fast forward 13 years for me, I just have to spin the thing, right? I just call people back and work the deals. I don't have to do 1,000 dials a day because I already did that. I worked hard enough to get the thing spinning. So that's thinking about 10 years. I'm really glad and happy for what I did 10 years ago to get me to where I am today, to where now I just can maintain the merry-go-round and don't have to bust my ass as much. I do it in different ways now. I don't have to pick up the phone as much as you guys do, but now it's about training you guys and creating a business and a culture and a system that does good for the community and does good for everyone that's here. But nothing happens if I was just sitting here. If this is all I was worried about was the short term, I wouldn't have done what I did. And you guys won't do what you need to do to be successful if you're not thinking further out than 10 minutes or 10 months. But think about that 10 years. This is a second decision-making tree. So this is for kind of everything that we do, right? And then this is when you have a problem. And often we don't clearly define the problem. And when you don't clearly define the problem, you start solving the wrong things. A good example of it is cars, right? Say you have an older car and the battery's dead. Oh, okay, it has a dead battery. That's an easy fix. Well, wait a minute. Shouldn't you ask yourself, why is the battery dead? Which is a gathering of information. Anybody know anything about cars? Okay, so I have a dead battery. My battery is dead because the alternator didn't charge it. Okay. What's wrong with the alternator? Is it maybe a belt that runs the alternator? You have like a serpentine belt and it runs all these different things, your air conditioning compressor and your alternator. So your alternator charges the battery, right? But if your alternator isn't working properly, maybe it's a damaged belt. It's like, okay, so we need to fix the belt and then probably replace the alternator and then the battery to make sure. But then the question is, why is the belt not in good shape on my car? Probably a lack of maintenance. I don't have anything scheduled. Like I just got all the fluids changed, the box fluids changed in my truck. the manufacturer's recommendations are like you don't change any of the fluids for like 100,000 miles. That's really dumb because I did that with my last pickup truck and the front end and the rear end blew out because the fluids hadn't been changed and metal started grinding and little pieces of metal got in the gears and it wrecked everything. So I'm like, hey, so at about 60,000 miles, even though they don't recommend a fluid change until 110,000 or something like that, I got them all changed because I have a maintenance schedule because I don't want to be on the side of the road with a dead battery or with a blown rear end because I didn't maintain it. So we can complain about the dead battery, which is maybe I don't have money today. And then you go, okay, well, I have a dead battery because my alternator's not working. My alternator's not working because the belt is bad. And the belt is bad because I haven't thought about maintaining my vehicle. So ultimately, I need to have some sort of checklist or a schedule associated with taking care of the belt that takes care of the alternator to make sure that my car starts tomorrow, right? So we get the, I can't make it today. My car didn't start. It's like, okay, it's not the car. It's poor planning. Oh, I ran out of gas, right? Poor planning. Okay, you didn't just run out of gas. Are you taking care of yourself, your finances? Like there's gas stations everywhere, right? Or if you got your Tesla, like there's charging stations everywhere. If you're responsible and organized, you're not gonna have these problems. And if you're irresponsible and disorganized, you're gonna have all of these issues.